All right, Shushu is a band that I'm pretty familiar with at this point. I've heard Girl with Basket of Fruit as well as A Promise. That the cover of A Promise still kind of gets to me. It still kind of freaks me out. So they recently just released an album this year. It's titled 13-inch Frank Beltrame Italian Stiletto with Bison horn grips. Crazy title. I don't have any expectations really going into this. I haven't heard anything about this album at all, so I'm a little bit scared. I'm excited, but as always with Shushu, I'm a little bit on edge because I know there's gonna probably be some hair-raising stuff. So make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. Link in the description down below. And big reveal, guys. Big reveal. I got new headphones. So the audio quality from now on is gonna be so much better, both for you and for me. I kind of splurged on these. I'm kind of flexing right now. I kind of went crazy on these. So get hyped for this, for the next little bit of videos here, because we got Tyler coming out soon. Tyler already came out, but he's got an album coming out soon. But right now, we're gonna focus on this Shushu album. All right, first track is Arp Omni. Let's go. I'm already horrified. Oh gosh, I'm scared. Okay, it's actually kind of pretty so far. The strings.
As sparkling as yours.
Dude, I was about to turn it up, but I'm not falling for that. I'm gonna get jump scared.
Thoughtlessly smudge your cheek. I have done almost nothing right.
Same.
The fire with you.
There's a kind of droning sub bass to this track that's really adding to this atmosphere. The strings coming in.
Who could dare to explain them as wrong or right? Fire with you.
Oh, here it comes. Maybe it's just me having to get used to these headphones. It didn't feel as lush as it should have. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt a little bit thin, the mix, for some reason. But it could just be these headphones. I might just have to get used to them. Overall, interesting start. Not as, like, horrifying as I thought it was going to be. Honestly, pretty beautiful. We'll see where this goes. Interesting start. Oh, okay.
From space, decapitated therapins, powerless to undo this.
Ooh. Nice swirling synths.
A slap in the face, flying through space.
Oh. It's just a banger. Just straight up banger. Oh. Those dissonant, harsh sounds there. Some like robotic sounds. There's so much going on here, it's crazy. Loving how cinematic this track is. Whoa. Strange ending there. What the heck? I loved how visceral that track was. Like, just the groove just felt like a Shushu banger, you know? I don't know if that's a thing they have, Shushu bangers. From what I remember from Girl with Basket of Fruit, I think it was, a lot of that album felt similar to that track, if I'm remembering correctly. I definitely enjoyed that one more than the first track. A little bit more kick to it, a little bit more density and stuff going on sonically. We'll see where this goes. I'm like, there's part of me that's like, yeah, there's cool sounds here so far, but I don't know, I'm not fully sold yet, so we'll see. Like, there hasn't been anything that's like as shocking as, especially on like A Promise. That album had so many like shocking, raw and emotional moments. This is cool sonically so far, but it just hasn't hit that same level for me yet. But we're only 2 tracks in, so we'll see. Common Loon. Oh. And that feels a little bit ignorant of me to say, the last comment that I made, because this album is what, 21 years after A Promise, and I haven't listened to all the albums in between these two. So there's evolution to this band here that I'm obviously not fully aware of, so maybe they're not even trying to make something similar to A Promise. So that's probably an ignorant thing of me to say. It's just that is like the one that I remember the most. Honestly, that album A Promise is more memorable to me than Girl with Basket of Fruit. So that's like the biggest point of comparison I can make right now. This is crazy though. Nice. Oh, the kind of wubs there. Ooh, it's so like, so liquidy. Oh, that riff.
It's time to creep
Oh, hear that. Oh, that kick. Oh, that was crazy. That was great, dude. That's my favorite now. That's a real shoo-shoo banger, okay? I thought the one before was a shoo-shoo banger. This is a shoo-shoo banger. No shoo-shoo banger before, shoo-shoo banger now. What am I saying? Yeah, that was great. The driving synths, the distorted drums, distorted guitars. There was a really interesting mix of just a bombastic instrumental mixed with his usual like kind of whispered, quivering delivery. You know, I thought that was a really interesting mix. It was kind of poppy and kind of fun and colorful, but also a little bit twisted, as you would expect with Shoo Shoo. That feels like their most listenable track that I've heard so far. Listenable makes it sound like the other stuff is bad. I guess the least challenging track so far. But yeah, that was great. I love that. I'm gonna come back to that a lot.
yesterday. More than but
Am I... Oh, I like that. That's nice. Oh, that's... Oh. Dang, the textures. Oh, it's like we're ripping the freaking fabric of reality. That was so corny. This texture, though? Oh my gosh.
made out of a human skull.
Nice. Human skulls, guys.
You can wipe the excrement of a rainbow off onto a loved one's thigh.
What do you say? You could wipe the excrement of a rainbow on a loved one's thigh? I don't know what that means. But that's kind of sick. I kind of like that a lot. I'm going to use that. No, I'm not going to use that. Where would I use that? Nice panning. Dude, those drums are huge. Here we go.
Everything there is not glory in whipping might, but to might all fools must be whipped.
Oh, the tension. Okay. That was kind of like more of what I was expecting on this album. Like, that's what I think of when I think of a Shoo Shoo track. I think of a long, kind of progressive, multifaceted, multi-phased track that kind of just ends up feeling very tense towards the end, very suspenseful. and just leaves you feeling unsettled with a lot of like grinding synths and dissonance and booming bass, you know? Look at my freaking alliteration right now. Booming bass. That's fire. I'm so good at these. I'm so good at album reviews. I feel like the lyrics are a huge part of a Shushu album, so I'm kind of missing out a little bit not looking at them. But I just kind of want to let the sound hit me on this first listen. Oh! What the heck? Dude, did not expect this. Oh, that goes so hard. What the heck? Dude, I don't even know what that instrument is. It's probably just a guitar, like, with some crazy effects on it, but it just sounds so sick. That's such a good melody. Man, the sheer size of that track was insane, dude. That was crazy. There's a lot of tracks on here that feel more like just jammy in general, just like the band jamming. Like, what I remember of Shushu is just it feeling really, like, really intimate at times and really, like, lonely. And it, like, just felt like one person. But this, it feels like more of a group effort, and it feels more just like a band, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but it just feels more jammy. A couple tracks on here that are, like, really just, like, easy listening Shushu tracks. Like, yeah, there's some harsh stuff on that track, and it was noisy, yeah. But it felt a little bit more straightforward in terms of its structure and how the ideas were presented. So I think that's something I'm kind of enjoying about it, but also at the same time, it's like making it not as wowing to me. You know, it's not as like, whoa, dude, crazy, unexpected turn here. There has been that, but other Shushu albums feel a little bit more surprising than this one, so we'll keep going. Sleep Boulevard is next. Take me to Sleep Boulevard.
I was afraid of darkness.
I knew it was coming. I will say, Shushu does such a great job of creating grooves that are just so interesting, and they like get under your skin in a really weird way. Shushu at their most disturbing is when they play with dynamics like this. Oh, it's a really interesting guitar part. Woo! Wow, dude. Again, the textures, the buzziness of that bass, dude. They do such a good job of just like both playing with those dynamics like I was talking about, but also just creating such interesting drops. Like, the drops are not what you expect at all. It feels like it's just so against the grain, and it's like, I don't know, it's so hard to explain, but it's very like cerebral in a way. Like, it just gets under your skin and you just kind of feel it in a way that's like primal and visceral, and it feels like it gets into my blood, not even in my skin, but like it gets in me, you know? T.D.F.T.W. What does that stand for? Touchdown for the win? Time. Dude, I can't think of anything else. Touchdown for the win. That's what it stands for. Dude, it's really punky, too. I was not expecting this. Okay, different vocalist. Dude, oh, this groove. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course they don't do it again. There it is. Dude. Okay, that's one of my favorites. The devil forgiveth. That's why. That's so much cooler than touchdown for the win. That's why I don't write songs, okay? That's what my first single would be. Touchdown for the win, guys. Check out my song. Just very harsh, very abrasive. But I was thinking, there was like a moment there where there was so much going on, but it got into this pocket that was like so fun to just like sit in as a listener. There's so much skill in what Shushu does in terms of like, yeah, it's very loud at points and there's a lot going on at points, but it never feels like mush and it never feels muddy. You know, you can pick out everything that's happening. Like there's a clarity to it.
Without speech, locked in a tool shed, like
I like this. This is like gothic freaking.
beat without will. Hands, misery, pre-holding. A mother and father do not have to be, and weirdly moving.
Oh, I like the movement of this track with that. This is where it gets really freaky, guys. We're in the freaky zone. Oh, is someone taking a shit? What's happening? What is that? Like nervously scratching myself.
Without sense,
This vocal mixing is so cool.
that takes.
Dude, that bass is crazy. Dude, how do we have this chill ass beat just like, and then the gutturalness of everything else on top of it? How is that working? What the fuck, dude? What did I just listen to? See, that's like the shocking, flesh ripping apart sounds that I kind of expect from Shushu. But it also like felt a little bit unfocused. Like sometimes I feel like with the older Shushu stuff, it can feel like that and it can have that same vibe. I don't know, there's something about those older ones where it felt a little bit more focused. This one felt like it kind of just meandered towards the end and it didn't really know what it wanted to be. Technically speaking, like a lot of very forward-thinking production stuff happening in that track. So yeah, pros and cons, but we'll keep going on to the last track. Piña, not Pina. Piña, coconut, and cherry. So sick.
They just stare. They have no part in this. They just stare. Over their shoulder like a willow, abandoning it.
I feel like someone could rap over this. Like take his vocals out. Oh my god. Oh, I love where we're sitting now. Just with this chord here. And this like lo-fi kind of like programmed drum machine thing. Little bongo. Dude. See, it's moments like that where, man, him pan to the left there and just like him screaming in agony. Like I'm searching up these lyrics because I gotta know what he was saying towards the end. Dude, it's moments like that in Shushu's music that really like takes me to a place that's like, oh, it's so uncomfortable, man, but it's so like personal and raw. Oh God, these lyrics. Okay, I loved you this hard for 12 years. I never thought I could love this hard for so long. It makes me insane. You can't refuse love like this. It's criminal. You must love me, love me, love me. This is mine. You are mine. Okay. Okay, I mean, that lines up with how distraught he sounded. A ballad rather than a rocker. Now I want to go through and look at these lyrics. I know you guys are probably getting mad at me right now. You're saying, you know, you should have done this with the lyrics for the first listen. And I probably, honestly, now that I'm at the end of it and I'm kind of remembering how important the lyrics are to Shushu's music, honestly, I probably should have. Yeah, that'll just make for an interesting second listen. Overall, I enjoyed this thing. It felt a little bit all over the place and a little bit unfocused at times, sonically at least. And also at times it just like, that last track actually hit really hard, like emotionally for me. But other times it just like didn't hit as hard as some of the Shushu's best stuff. Strangely, it had a couple tracks in there that were like kind of just like listenable, catchy bangers, which I'll probably go back to just because of how fun they are. And honestly, like technically speaking, there's a lot of fantastic production going on here. So it has that going for it for sure. As a music listener, like personally, what I look for in music now, I don't really come back to Shushu that often, and I probably won't come back to this album that often, aside from a couple tracks. But yeah, I can't deny how impressive technically and production-wise a lot of this album is. Yeah, leave your thoughts down below. Leave your comments. Leave anything I missed down below. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. And yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.